Okay, say that again. Right
Okay,
there.
you see this bar up here?
Yes,
This bar appears now.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay?
Horrible.
All right.
Nothing with window, you think?
What's
That's
that?
the shiny screen.
Oh, maybe move up here. Okay. So all you need to do is you click save here and it saves your search.
Told you what to save it as?
It's already saved. No, it's saved it as, well here, you have to go, next you have to go to bidder functions. And then up here you see you got saved searches. Okay, review your bids. Click on save searches. Then this comes up.
Yeah.
There's Lake Stevens. And then you go to email search. And then up here is where you put
I
in
find it.
both email addresses. You put in yours
And whoever goes.
and whoever goes.
Right.
And then it has a and it's like the MLS, it has a standard response.
Okay.
So, CK Real Estate Team.
So anytime there's a change on this property, we'll automatically get emailed, is that the
Or
idea?
whatever your criteria is. You
Mhm.
did Lake Stevens was your criteria,
What
right?
do you need, like Stevens, okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime there's particularly a new one that comes up. And so then you type your message down here that you want to send. Let's see here. Linda, what's your email?
mwade@kw.com.
Are you sick of Christiana?
No, Flash is not supported.
And are we going now because I'm going down to Stan?
Okay, do I got that right?
mwade@kw.com. Yes, sir.
Okay, Greg, what's yours?
Greg.green@kw.com. E on the end of green.
Do I got that right?
E on the end of green.
Shirley, do you want a pizza?
Oh,
Come on.
yeah, I will.
I will log in and find out what's going on.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can have a chocolate first.
Esco chocolate. Mm-hmm.
I do separate whenever you get a chance to sign the last.
Hey, can you add me?
Let me.
Sure can.
I had to be an escrow, so it shouldn't be on phone.
No worries. Shirley?
Mm-hmm. Gotta spell it right, though. L-E-Y.
I thought that's what I had.
L.
Okay. Do I got it right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, at KW.
At KW?
Yeah, be good enough.
No Shirley W or
That's
Shirley Wolf or anything?
Yeah, Shirley Wolf, she said.
Mm-hmm.
My mouth is full. Okay, am I good now?
Mm-hmm.
Good? Alright. Then you got your thing down here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when they have a 0 and an O, I have a tough time figuring out which is which. And so I always ask for a new code. Whenever I get a 0 or a,
Yeah.
I just click on here, try a new code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Give me another code.
3 or 4 times to get one you can read.
Yeah. Well, you know, so, I'll tell you what, what is it, Yahoo or who is it? I mean, I can't hardly read those things at all.
Craigslist.
Yeah, you need an 8.
Is that an 8? Yeah, I think so.
Looks like an half sign to me, but it might be an
Email has been sent successfully.
Okay.
So you all should have an email. So, for your searches, first you gotta log yourself in, okay, Shirley?
Yeah, okay.
Okay? And then you set up a search. See, this is too long for me, I like to click on the state. Now over here, if you wanna just do investor or good neighbor next door program, you know, like if you have someone that's interested, now remember, on those programs, you need to negotiate your own commission, because HUD doesn't pay it,
Oh,
okay, and on the good neighbor program. And so we could just do one for the whole state.
Yeah, that one didn't have any in that state pretty much anyway, so.
Spokane, I think, once in a while.
Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong state here.
And is Good Neighbor program those dollar houses, or is that for like police
No,
officers?
that's the one for the police officers and teachers and stuff, where it's 2 loans, they get 2 loans for 50% of each. Each one's 50%, and the one is set aside, they don't pay on it at all. And if they live in it 3 years, it goes away.
Wow. Wow.
So they- Yeah, so they get the house for 50%. Yeah,
Isn't that super?
yeah. And so we have 2 of those, they're in Spokane County right now, that's where predominantly they've been. So let's say I want to save that search. All you need to do is click over here for save. Now, you go to bidder functions to see it.
Right.
Save searches. Why didn't I say? Because I was showing off the curve, that's why.
Make me feel good.
Recent searches for.
Save search.
No more dollar homes.
Bidder functions. Save searches.
Okay.
There we are. Good Neighbor Next Door.
Uh-huh.
Then to set your email, search, brings this up. You put your client's email up there, or your email, you write a generic paragraph form, welcome thing. And then, you know, like, here's the most recent list of Good Neighbor Next Door
Yes.
homes. All right, when you get done with it, and then it automatically will send, they'll get an update. To cancel it, all you need to do is click the X and clear it off. I think I'll leave this up myself. And so I want to send those to myself. You guys want them to?
Sure.
I should have copied all your emails.
Is that the Good Neighbor?
Yeah.
I'm not with those Spokane either.
Yeah, but one might come up around here. I doubt it.
I doubt
I doubt it.
it. Benji had one of those, non-profit ones. That's the first time I've seen something like that around here. You
You're
have
at
those?
Gmail or KW?
KW.
There's, oh no, sorry. Thanks for the pizza.
You're welcome. Okay, see, I got one of those silly 0 things. Okay, and then why don't I just open it up after this for general questions, like Melinda, you had something.
Right, and I'll tell you, I was trying to help Dave Madoff because he had never done a HUD over the weekend, and it was one of yours. that
Yeah, I was on the phone with him a number of
Yeah.
times too.
Um,
And I'm thinking, why don't you come to my classes?
I know. I like it when people ask me because it makes me keep my brain tuned up, but I wanted to show him how to print off the sample perfectly prepared packet for owner occupant. And I couldn't find it, I have to tell you, only because I wanted to find it. I just toiled because I couldn't find it. I didn't know where it
You
went.
gotta find the BLBs. You gotta find the BLB.
Oh, it's not a PIMCO?
No,
Oh, that's what my problem was, it was a
Yeah.
PIMCO.
you gotta find the BLB.
Okay,
That's a phone call.
and is it the exact same contract
Yep.
for both?
Same contract.
Okay, then that's what our problem is, that's an internal thing that I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, he had, okay, here's the BLB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's telling me what's all this in his contract, and it's some forms that I'm not familiar with at all.
Right, right,
And finally it dawned on me, oh, this is a PIMCO.
yes, well, I knew it was a PIMCO,
Yeah.
and of course I wasn't where I had a paper copy, because I have handed my paper copy of the contract and said, don't move anything in this file, look at it, it passed, I got 100% on that, go, you know, and copy that. But I didn't have one to give him.
Yeah, see, on this one, with the, find your BLBs,
Go to addendums.
Go to addendum.
That's what I told him, but it was a PEMCO.
Owner occupant sales package, portfolio
There you
sample
go,
of
perfectly completed. That's what I was looking for.
And that's a full, that has the, investor one,
And the
owner occupant.
investor.
Yeah.
That's so handy. I printed that off and somewhere I think I keep that in my Keith and Craig folder with my password.
Yeah, when you first get into these, you wanna save all this stuff. When your owner occupant, or because it goes away. And when you
Yes.
submit your offer, you only get 3 of the pages, because the rest are all addendums. And so then the real estate agents call me and say, well, what do I do now? I said, then I tell them, go to another HUD's.
Well, I told them to print off the instructions and print off the sample contract, but there was no.
And see what else is nice, and so you got this is the owner occupant.
It tells you exactly.
Yeah, it shows you exactly what to do. Now, this is what's nice. I'm encouraging the agents to print this off and use this as a check sheet.
Yes.
And what's nice with BLB is they got these little reminders around here, where
I like that.
when you want to.
Here's one thing we missed on one. That little L lead-based paint initial in the middle of the page.
Yep, that is
It's hard
a
to-
common one that is
It's really
missed.
common, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a common one that's missed.
We missed that on mine, I think, didn't we?
Yes, we did, and it's right embedded in the middle of that paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
and I just missed it.
Yeah.
But they were really, really, really nice about it, and they called me individually and
Mhm.
said, don't worry about the time frame. I was just expecting to be canceled because of the fear of how it's been, but they were really nice about it, and they said they'd wait for it, so they had to mail it back, and we had to mail it back again.
I have a current offer in process right now with HUD. And someone called me up, to go over the contract with me. Fortunately, I passed with no errors.
Yeah, good, good.
I went over that thing 3 times because
Yeah.
I teach it. I better do it right. And so he called me up to confirm my buyer, that it was cash,
Yes.
and confirm everything. And he asked if I have any other issue. I says, yeah, we got an issue. The utilities haven't been paid. The water bill hasn't been paid. And so the water's locked and we need that paid.
Yeah.
And so tell everybody you talk to. When you have those issues, you tell everybody you talk to.
Yes.
And we're working on it. We're trying to get the wheels to turn as quick as possible. And we're telling them, this could slow up closing. Because, see, both PEMCO and BLB, one of their grades are on-time closings.
Yes, they're really critical about it.
Yeah, they're real critical about on-time closings. And so that's your card, is that this is gonna slow up closing. We will not be able to close on time, and it's gonna be your fault.
Okay.
I don't know if I throw that part in because they know it's their fault, but.
That would be silent.
Yeah, that would be a silent, kinda like the silent, we told you so's. Okay, what other things you guys wanna talk about?
Go ahead, Frank.
So what do you gotta do to get an offer accepted? I made an offer for a guy last week, $100,000 list price. He offered $98,000 and wanted 3% closing.
They want 90% net,
So they got it.
net, even after closing costs?
Oh yeah, no, not even after closing.
Yeah,
And commissions.
So they offered, yeah, so they got about,
after all these, you can't see this darn thing, but
I don't think, at 100,000,
Put it back in
Yeah,
again.
right here.
The very next day you get rejected. Same day,
Yeah, put it back again.
$5 more.
a few dollars more, yeah. But right here on line 7, they're looking at right at 90% of net, unless it's been on the market for a long
so
time.
they got, yeah, they get net 89 or, percent.
Mhm.
It wasn't 90.
Shirley bought one last summer, and I think it was $1.70 or something. She got it over her bid. Yeah, $1.70 the next time.
$1.70 more and you got it?
something like that.
Yeah, this is just, it's ridiculous. I can't believe.
Well,
it.
I mean, it was causing their net, it isn't that we did $1.70.
No.
We went even thousands, I mean,
Yeah.
five.
So that
dollars
one
a
there.
couple, Yeah.
Yeah,
The
see.
prorated cost, they got $1.70
Now,
more
somehow,
Over
they,
their net.
over there. Oh, over there.
over there were
Oh, so it's more than
required,
$1.70 increase in offer, but it was $1.70 over 90%.
they don't all, like, we were on the telephone with them, and they told us what their net was,
Mm-hmm,
to the penny.
mm-hmm.
And so we just put in another offer,
I'll have to go see if it's, because I think he
And I was
And that's what happened to me too. We went lower,
yes,
and I got an email the next day that we need this much net.
yes,
And I played with the numbers
yes.
until it came out, and you're right, it was right down to the penny.
With the
Until it
$1.76.
came right to that penny.
Yeah, and they said yes.
That's right.
Right, and I've had that happen
It's a
before too. In this case, I think we were less than $1,000 off. You would
Mhm.
think that would have been a prime
Mhm.
one
No,
to
they
get
wanna be like.
to say, we need to net this, and then we could have increased
Yeah.
our offer $800 or whatever it was needed to be to get their net, but they just rejected it.
Yeah.
So
It's
sometimes
not
they
easy.
reject it, sometimes they counter it.
Yeah, there's no, you're absolutely right on that. There's not a real set process on that right now. And I guess it kind of depends on the house or whoever is working with that particular house or how close you are. Maybe that, well, we were over $1,000 away.
You said there's nothing available HUD in Marysville right now,
I
right?
don't think so.
So that somebody must have bid, this house was in Marysville, so somebody must have bid on this successfully now. Because if that's, yeah, I mean, I told him, I said, why don't you just go 100,000 and get your closing, and we would have been over the 90%.
Yeah, because, you
You didn't want
know,
to go $2,000 more. But maybe if it was only 800 more, he would do it.
well, like, Liz Sylvester and I, we've worked with a couple of them where she's working with investors, and we started low, and they just started increasing like $1,000 at a time until they took it. And it was rejected at 10 o'clock, she put in another
Yes.
offer at 11.
Yes.
And we did that for like 3
5
days.
times, yes.
Yeah,
And, you know, if you come across any
And it's really
situations
just
where
clicking your finger,
Right, yeah, it's
and
real
you're not
simple.
doing any
It's-
paper until you
Until you
get
get accepted,
accepted.
right, that's what I told him this last time, I
It's
said,
so simple.
I put an offer in for him, the same guy that put an offer in one of yours several months ago, 3-4 months ago, whatever that was, when we were working on it. And, same guy, so already had all his stuff, so I just said, let me just put it in,
Yeah,
and if we
you
get it
could.
accepted, I'll meet you tomorrow, we'll get the paperwork.
Yeah.
getting back to this, really, what you should do is you should fill this out with your folks ahead of time and have it all filled out and have it signed and everything. You really should, and have your earnest money check, or at least they have it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't keep them, I have them keep it.
I remember that.
Yeah, because the only page that you change is that first page. That's the only thing that needs to be changed.
It's like
When you're in
the
multiple
mother of
offers.
the top. You know,
But if this is signed and dated today, and you bid on it 5 more times and it gets accepted next week, aren't your dates wrong?
Not if you change your dates back to the original contract. That's what I did on mine. I made all the dates the same,
Okay.
is what I did.
You can do that.
So even though you get,
later.
right, so if I put
Well-
today's date and it gets accepted next week, I got, 72 hours to get it in?
No, it's based on mutual acceptance, it's based on when they
when
sign.
they
Okay.
sign.
Got it.
It's based on when they sign.
Right.
And so that's what I did with mine, because see, my thought was, I'll just have her sign this page 1, it's the only one that's different. And then I started looking at the other ones, and then all the dates were different. And so it was easier to change page 1 than to go through all the addendums and change those dates and make them re-sign it and reinitial.
I used
Just do
autofill.
5-page ones that up
Yeah,
front.
yeah, this is all.
Autofill.
Yeah,
It
it's
just
autofill.
looks- It looks so
Have a
fabulous.
sign 5-page
when it's
ones for
Yeah.
$1,000 more each time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
you
so-
don't,
And then you never need to see
Yeah,
it.
so
so
Shirley,
you
write down.
don't, you don't fill in the amount then, you handwrite that one in on blank pages, you're saying.
No, well, you could. What I did is I filled it out the first time,
Yeah.
and it auto-filled all the way through, and then we were in negotiations. And then I just kept playing with these numbers over here until I got the number that they wanted here. And then this was the only page that was different, and so I changed the date down here. There's a date place here for them to date.
Yeah.
I changed that date back 2 days when we first started, and they took it. Because here's your mutual acceptance date, is when they sign the date down here.
Yeah.
And so it saves a lot of work. Your client only needs to sign 1 page. And boom, an initial.
Okay, but that's a little,
Keep this, keep this a blue.
I know.
This is true.
Now, on the
She's the
application,
teacher. Nobody's telling us.
on
And it's on tape.
Yeah.
We're experimenting with taping and stuff.
on the documentation for what they need to provide you for ID, still a copy of their driver's license.
That's all you need.
No social security card anymore. Okay. Somewhere in the documentation for one of them, it says it. Like, I think it's
It
the
used to require that,
Uh-huh,
but they no longer require it.
okay. Good.
Just your driver's
A
license.
copy of the driver's
So you
license.
could be an illegal alien now in
That's
my
right.
house, okay?
That's right.
We can just send them to HUDHomeStore and they can set up their own search, correct?
Mhm. Yeah, because it's nice and safe,
Right.
because they can't buy it without you.
They can't buy it without you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Personally, I'd kind of like to set them up myself, so I have my email address in there, so I know what they're
What
looking
they're
at.
looking at,
And when they get notified and stuff like that.
Also,
So
just
put
like our
theirs and
MLS,
yours.
we can
Right.
set them up. And then,
Yes.
Right.
okay, then we get notified.
Right,
Yeah,
you know, just
that's
set it up the
But
way I
you
just
have to
showed
tell
you.
them what their password is to get in to see them, correct? Do they have to have a password to see those? No?
Well, I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
I
So
set up-
Keith, can you still get 5% commission?
Yeah.
No.
What the
No,
heck?
3.
I-
About 10.
You know what, and he says, you know your buyers. So one time I had these buyers and I got them set up on HUD a number of years ago. And so they did their own searching and their own bidding, and they only gave me 3%. It was really bad, but I could have had 5. And
Yeah, you could have.
they weren't doing all this depth stuff, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, commissions are interesting.
Yeah.
I know, I always hate that part when you're going over your buyer and you're showing them, you know, going through the figures, okay, and then my commission, the listing agent's commission, and then here's the net of what they're actually gonna get, and they're, it's just an
Well,
awkward,
and
it's
so
an
then
awkward
what I
exercise.
lead into, when I talk commissions, I try and talk commissions with them and say, this is what it starts with, but here's what happens. Keller Williams gets 30%, Keller Williams International gets 6%, and then because I'm an independent contractor, I have to save my own taxes, and so there's another 25%.
Right.
And then, I also got B&O, I have to pay the B&O occupancy.
E&O,
E&O.
L&I.
Yeah, so you have
And that's-
BO.
and
And then pretty soon they go, you're not getting much at all, are you?
And you go, and I got to pay my own health insurance, and
Our
when you go
insurance.
through the.
No, and that's why they used to let us bump it up to 5, but they don't anymore.
Nope.
We're all working
And so
harder
here's
for
what,
less.
here's what they did. What HUD did is they ran an analysis on all the commissions that were paid, and actually the average commission was less than 3%.
Really?
Out of all the sales they made nationwide, it was less than 3%. And so they decided to try and get things in line with normal listings and stuff, and so that's why they went with the 3%.
Oh, so they did commission fixing just like them, wow.
Mm-hmm. But they're government, but see, they can also advertise auction houses, because see, the HUD houses are at auction. They're the only entity
That
that's allowed
didn't
to
get your
do that.
attention, Shirley. So now they commission fix just like the MLS?
Oh, yeah, I still believe in the 7%.
That only worked two times on those short sales when I wrote them like that.
Well, in a good market,
You have
though,
7% on it?
if you were a good listing agent, you could get 7.4 for yourself and 3 for the.
So I should start doing that? I've never done
I
it.
wrote them at 6,
Here's
7.
our email.
I did it years ago and I shot it down
Yeah.
a couple times, so I gave
The
up.
negotiator got 1%, and then 6 to split between the buyer and the
But
seller.
they allowed it. What
My
bank was
first-
that?
I don't know, it was, Litton Loans was one of them, and I can't remember the other one.
The big bank's pulling a lot of that.
Actually, it was BECU. I was
Really?
surprised.
This is how the email's gonna come to you and your client, it's gonna say do not
I
reply.
just saw mine, yep.
HUD property,
Yeah,
there they are.
yeah. So didn't even have to log in.
No,
Okay, I set up my client his own account with his own password and told him what it was one time.
see,
Then I wasn't gonna be able to see what he saw.
now you're in control.
Yeah, there you go.
You're in control now.
Those are my searches with someone else on the search with me is what it really is, right?
Right.
Somebody else's email.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Okay, that's it really. So there's only BLB, and did you tell Dave Mabel that only BLB has the sample perfectly filled out packet?
Maybe.
I'll go tell him.
We were on the phone numerous times.
Me too. Me too. I had a mojito Friday night and I forgot that he asked me to call him back.
Thanks, Keith.
Thanks for coming, Greg.
Okay. I'm off.
Where were all those young agents that were in the meeting this morning?
Oh my goodness, we have a whole.
You know what, I
slew of
went in
new
there, I
people.
knew 5 people in the meeting.
Tell me what your name is.
I'm Brett Larson.
Brett Larson's
Yeah.
new, and are you working with Keith?
Yeah,
too?
I'm working I'm under his wing, I guess you could say.
There's a slug of people with Anton's group, and Jake Davis has somebody working with him.
And now
Keith has Todd. Todd has, I forget what his name is. What's his first name, Keith, that works with Todd?
I don't know.
Darwin, yes. He's working with him. That's great. No, it's on fire. And when I come in here at night, there's all these night callers, appointment setters.
Oh,
The
good.
back rooms are just full of appointment setters. Like 4 or 5 of them sometimes. Anton's crew.
That's what we used to do, we used to go to the bar across the street, have a pitcher of margaritas.
Come back and make
And then I
calls.
order pizza, and then we'd make calls.
Well, they're making calls.
Got everybody's inhibition down a little bit, you know, and
Go, go, go.
go, it's a lot of fun.
They're funny. They're working at it. Okay, I'm going down.
And
Thanks, Keith.
if you have
Thank you.
questions,
Okay.
call me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Of course, in one ear and out the other.
I'll take it.
Thank you very much.
What do you think about these little, this was just like a mini class, what do you think about that? As
I
far
like
as-
that it was 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It could be 20 minutes, because I can't always carve out an hour.
Yeah. See, I'm thinking these short little specific,
Specific.
Yes, I need him on this and I need him on E-Edge. E-Edge 1, 2, and
Oh, I
E-Edge.
knew.
Thursday.
Lots of pizza leftovers.
good.
Thursday.